Hey, it's Skelemystyk. Teaser 1 has been released. Teaser 2 has been released. And you all know what that means. That means that at last, after all this waiting, the new world, the new content is finally right there behind us and breathing down our necks. For the longest time now, since the beginning of this arc, we've all put out all kinds of theories, all kinds of thoughts, all kinds of ideas, and yes, I admit, all kinds of hype as to what we think is going to happen, should happen, and any other number of things. But, with all that going on, I noticed there's a lot of things that no one has mentioned and no one maybe has thought about or covered. In this video, I want to talk about a bunch of things that are going on behind the scenes that you may not have realized. Okay, let's start off with one of the most important points of all. We have the rat, we have the scorpion, but we haven't met the bat yet. Or have we? As you saw, let me run this clip really quick.
This is the bat, a brilliant shape-shifting vampire, a master of illusion and subterfuge, and with a heart as black as night.
As you saw from that clip, the bat is a shape-shifting vampire, a master of illusion and subterfuge. Do you honestly think that the bat hasn't kept tabs on us? That the bat isn't one of these characters that we've already met and he's just keeping a close watch on what we're doing and hiding behind his little mask, hiding behind his little identity, whatever it is, and just laughing his little batty butt off at us? Do you think? I cannot see how it couldn't possibly happen. So I think that whether we realize it or not, we have already met the bat. In fact, we might have even met the bat in the first part of this storyline. You never know. I mean, you really never know. Just the way they describe the bat. Now, the question is the bat the Cabal spy? Because that brings me to point 2 of the things that may have not been realized or said here. We exposed Greta Darkkettle in Wizard City. But you cannot tell me that being the enemies that they are, that the Cabal and the Arcanum do not have spies in each other's ranks. How is that possible? There's no way. In any war, there are tons of spies on both sides reporting what the other group is doing, reporting what the other group is thinking, reporting what their next move may be. I guarantee you 100% that somewhere around this here little floating school, well, school, Arcanum, whatever. Anyway, somewhere around this little floating place, that there is a spy in the ranks. Somewhere around here. I personally, I have my own favorite picks for this, and I'll tell you who one of them is right now. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just because our personalities clash. You know, maybe it's just because I don't like how he looks at me. But here, right here, is my favorite for the Cabal spy. Right here. Billy Bob Monkey Boy. Right there. I know, you're gonna laugh. And you know what? And that's exactly what I mean. I'm not saying that he's the bat, although interestingly enough, he has some bat wings. Is that not interesting? I'm not necessarily saying he's the bat, but if I was to pick a spy out of the ranks, it would be this snarky little so-and-so right here. Why? Because he looks the least likely to be the Cabal spy. However, he's in the best position to be a Cabal spy. He does all the secretarial work for all these Arcanum people right here. He handles all their business, gets them their stuff, looks at their notes, writes about them, all that sort of stuff. Okay? Whenever you have a villain in any story like this, it's always a villain. Let me get up here so I can like stab him in the behind whenever I talk about him. It's always a villain who has the most access and draws the least outward suspicion. Nobody, for as snarky as this little bugger is, would suspect him of being a spy. But why not? Why not? Okay, that's my suspicion right there. Is this guy right here? Wouldn't it be amazingly interesting though if he were the bat? Just wouldn't it? Anyway, moving on. Yes, we have a spy here somewhere in the Arcanum. And I also suspect that we're going to have some sort of a major battle in this place. And there's a good reason I suspect that. That reason is this shiny little cage right here. Now, we heard from the lore that the Cabal and the Arcanum people had themselves a battle. And the Cabal supposedly lost and this place was sealed. Okay, all well and good. Now, whenever you look at this big shiny lightning cage here, your first thought is, okay, wow, that's a formidable barrier. You know, I can't see how anybody could get in there. What if this wasn't built to keep us out, but to keep somebody or something in? What if during this next world, this breaks open and whatever may or may not be in there gets out? What would it be? Maybe even, although I doubt it, maybe even the bat himself is locked away in here and they're keeping him from Old Cobb. Maybe that's the case. But regardless of all that, there is something in here, and I don't think this was put up to keep us out. I really don't. Okay, now on to the next part. I know that all this right now is Arcanum based, but this is really the latest area that we have to work with. There are a few things in Mirage, such as San Diego handily going missing at the end of that part of the storyline. But San Diego, well, everybody for the longest time thought he was the alchemist, but the storyline describes the Scorpion as the alchemist. So, okay. Something is going on with San Diego, but I really don't think that he is the bat. I really don't think so. Am I wrong? Only time will tell. Another thing that I'm kind of curious about is to this whole Arcanum. In the Arcanum, there are a lot of doors. We know it. There's a lot of doors that go a lot of places, and we can't get into all the doors, which is reasonable. You can't expect to get into, you don't have a master key here. You can't expect to get into every door. But there is one door in this place that I would be most interested in going into to see what's in there and why it is there in the first place. And that door is here. Not this door, not this arch, not this open tree. We'll talk about the tree in a minute. But this door. All of the power, this tree is obviously, just like Bartleby and all the other trees that we've seen before, is harnessing power and basically feeding this place from what I can see. Power comes in from the cosmos, up through its roots, comes up through its head, and goes into this huge chamber, sigil thing, light disc, what the hell ever you want to call it, up there. However, there's a door underneath it. This is the only door in the Arcanum that's on the second floor. This is the only second floor door. That was a nice, oh, I like how it snapped forward like that. Cool. The only door. And all of the main power that comes into the Arcanum via this tree goes through that portal. Why? What is here? Is this the power room? Is this just simply the janitor's closet? If so, it's a quite clever fool on me because, well, like I said, all the power that comes into Arcanum goes into there before it's dispersed everywhere else. So what is it that is behind this door? I get the feeling that there is something major and useful to the story that is in here. Alright, now, one more thing here for the moment. This tree. We have seen this tree since we've been to the Arcanum. There is no quest currently that I know of that makes this tree wake up and speak to you. This is also the only tree that we have that is either, well, I'm sorry, this is the only tree that we have that is not either dead or active. Why is it that this one single tree is asleep? Why? What bearing does this have on the storyline? It can't just, well, I suppose it could just be that this tree is just asleep as, you know, just for decoration. But none of the others have been. And this tree is vital to the Arcana. Yet it's asleep and never says a thing. I get the idea that in the coming story, this tree is going to release some vital information. I know, here I am talking to trees. Y'all probably think I'm crazy, but, well, maybe not. Okay, now. We could go on about the very, very handy acquisition or joining to the Shadow School as a teacher of Velda von Venkman. We could. And I have to say that, well, there's definitely something there. It doesn't, you know, go without bearing some comment. They've had the Shadow School door this whole time. And just now are going to have a shadow teacher again? There are so many questions that are unanswered. And I probably just gave you a few more. I probably did. And that's cool. You know what? That's what the story is about. The curiosity and wonder is what we need to make this game what it needs to be. What we can't make it what it once was, I don't think. But it would be nice if we could try. Guys, think about this stuff. We're almost there. It's almost time. I can't wait. What about you? If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, a good hard smash, as well as subscribe, share, yell my name to everybody you know, because I would love to see more of you around here. As well, if you'd like to hang out with me or see me live, I Twitch stream pretty much every evening, right around 9:30 to 10 p.m. Eastern is when I usually start, although occasionally I'll do some day streams. It just really depends. Most of the time it's in the evening, though. I would love to see you all there. It'd be great. We have the most awesome time ever. And it'd be nice if you were a part of it. Until next time, this is Skelemystyk reminding you that whatever else you do, always love the game. Peace.
I would like act like I ran into her and like I'll push her to the lock and be like, hey babe, how you doing? And then she just we just like go back and forth.
I'm finishing up this battle.
You are slow.
Hey, relax. Relax.